name is Julie Michaels, and I'm with Allcore Fitness Massage and Herbal Teas. And I work with Valiant Recovery, dealing with addicts who are trying to get all those toxins out of the body. And most massages are done in a very light format, which is great for feeling great for a couple of hours. But in dealing with trying to get rid of actual toxins that have actually absorbed into the muscles, it's much deeper, and it is in usually the fourth and fifth layer, which in a body is very, very deep, in where most will call your inner core, in the stomach. These muscles, in order to get to them, you have to use quite a bit of pressure, which in itself is why it's called deep tissue, or active release, or in my case, what is known as a raw deep tissue, which is where I'm using quite a bit of pressure. So the person, it can be quite painful. And now normally I start off light, and each time I'm always increasing the pressure as I'm working on them. So it's easier for the body to adjust as well as them to the pain. This lady has tension in and around her shoulder blades because she uses her arms a lot out in front of her. So naturally, it makes a lot of tension across the shoulder blade area. But it doesn't just affect there. It also affects even into the front and up into the neck as well. So even as she turns the neck, her muscles tend to shorten, leaving and creating pain throughout her mid-back and even into her lower, from the pull down her spinal column into her lower back. These are all connected through here, between your 5 layers specifically. So your muscles are like an elastic band. If any through here you have tension or knots that form, they shorten up that band, which then creates pain and tension. And naturally with tension, over time, builds in pain. And those muscles tend to spasm and knot. And knots themselves can be very, very painful, and can stay for days, even weeks, getting worse, and can even affect people's breathing, walking, even movements. Now when it comes to dealing with getting rid of the actual toxins, that's what massage is good for. Not relaxation massage, and not even deep relaxation. Only deep tissue is good for getting rid of the toxins, because you get down into the deeper layers, which is where the toxins are actually held, which is known as lactic acid buildup. Lactic acid actually absorbs into the muscles, and that is what causes a lot of pain. So after a deep tissue, that's why the next day a lot of people hurt, due to the fact that they don't stay active and they don't drink a lot of water after to flush out their system from that acid that gets released from the massage. Then their body ends up becoming painful. Some people even describe it as being hit by a semi. Sometimes the next day, because they are that painful. And it can happen if they are very, very stiff or their whole body is in spasm.